Hello everyone, this video is about using ESP.now, and this is the minimal code where one ESP32 will send the data and other will receive it. In ESP.now we don't use the router, it's a direct communication over Wi-Fi channel. Here you can see that the data is being received after every 2 seconds. So data is being received each 2 seconds. Let's see how this works. First of all, the credits. The credit goes to Random Tutorials. This site helped me a lot understanding ESP.now. So we will have 25-line code for receiving the data and 27-line code to send the data. Let's start with the receiving code. There are three important uh, aspects of the code. One is the MAC address, the format of data received, and what to do with the data received. So this is the line that will give you the MAC address of your ESP32, and this is the data structure. So we have, I will not go into much details. We have defined a structure that's called my structure. In this structure, I have two variables, integer x and integer y. So though two data sets will be received, integer x and y, and then I have to close this with my structure, and my structure is named as my data. So let's just use this for now. And when I receive the data, then I will like to print it on my serial. So I'm printing it myData.x. So this integer x will be printed on my serial. In addition, I will be using, just like we say, Serial.begin. So I will be initializing ESP.now with the initial command, and then what to do when the data is received, and I will using a function data receive, and this will be the function that will be, uh, define what I am going to do with the data received. So let's set up our receiver first. Let's go to the code. So here is my code for data received. I hope that you can see it clearly. Let me zoom a bit. So these are the two libraries I'm going to use. First one is ESP now.h and Wi-Fi.h. So again, this is the structure, just the code I show you. This is the, I am defining what type of data I'm receiving in X and Y. And this structure is again defined as my data. So this is my code. This is the function that will be dealing with the data received. Once the data is received, it will be printed on serial port. In the setup, uh, uh, serial is started, Wi-Fi mode is started in the station mode, uh, and after that I am printing my MAC address, and then ESP now is initialized just like serial port, and then I'm defining what to do with the data received. When the data is received, this function will be called. In the loop, there is nothing. So whenever the data is received, it will be handled by the setup command. So let's uh, restart our ESP32. Definitely, I will leave the code in the description. Let's discuss a bit the sender code. In the sender code, the MAC address is important, format of data sent, and we need to add peer. Peer is the ESP32 that will receive the data. So first I need to define the MAC address of the receiver. So unit 80 broadcast address, this is an array, and this is how I'm going to define. If you recall how my Wi-Fi address was printed, so it has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits. So I will define as OX84, OXCC, or OXA8, and so on. So this is how I uh, define my MAC address. This is how it was uh, printed on my serial port, right? 84 CC A8 7A 36 and 14. And this is how I'm going to use this in my code. So this is again the structure. On the sender side, I have just defined the values. Values can be reassigned, but for the simplicity, because this is the minimal code, so I have defined the values right in the structure. And then I will define peerInfo. Just use this line and just use this line. And if you recall, this was broadcaster address 1. So I have used this here, broadcaster address 1. And then I have to add my peer. So this is the setup commands. And then again, as usual, I have to initialize begin with this command. And then I have to define what function will be used to send data, and this is the data function. So let's go to the receiver code and see what we have. Sorry, the sender side. Let's go and look at the sender code. So again, we have the ESP now and Wi-Fi.h libraries, and then we will define the broadcaster code, right? Broadcaster MAC address, and then we will define peerInfo and the structure as I showed you earlier. So this is the function for data sent, uses as it is. Then I will initialize, uh, define the sender function, and these two are the actually lines to add the peer. So these will add the receiver or define which MAC address to send the data. So on the sender side, I'm just using this ESP now send. This is my data is sent and size of my structure. Use this code line as it is, and the data is being sent with a delay of 2000 seconds. And if I go to here and I turn on this thing, then you can see, come on, that the data is being sent every 2 seconds and the receiver is receiving it. So this is the minimum code. I hope that this will be helpful. So if you like it, give this video a thumbs up.